Hello everyone. Just gonna be super quick with the intro because I don't want to bore you guys. I'm gonna start a new series. So, in my quest to get better at Hyperdash, even better than I already am, if you can believe it, I'm gonna start trying to live stream whenever I jump on the game, and then I'm gonna try and do a VOD or footage review for self-reflection for myself, but also if any of you are watching this and you do want to get better at the game, then hopefully you can watch this. I'm just going to try pick apart what I'm doing, my thought process, what I did good, what I could do better, and yeah. I hope you enjoy. I appreciate this is a very different style of video. I appreciate only probably 1% of you are watching this, but if you are interested in this game, sorry about that, Medal kind of fucked me up there. This game is free. Go and download it. If you want to get better at the game, then I do have other tutorials on my page. I appreciate this is very different. I appreciate not many of you are going to watch this, but this is mainly for myself and anyone out there who is interested. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go through it. Okay, so rather embarrassingly, my stream had no audio, so that will explain the very low numbers of people. So I'm going to ignore this capture the flag because it's not a game mode I like or a map I like. But a bit of context, I don't usually have a warm-up. I usually warm up by just hopping straight into the game because in my opinion warming up is both physical and mental when it comes to this game. So yeah, let me skip forward. That's so embarrassing, I can't believe this doesn't have any audio. Okay, so standard rollout here, grabbing double SMGs. And the game of Abyss is to take their resources because this map is so long and so straight compared to other maps. There's not a whole lot of flank points. So my idea for Abyss is to steal their resources. You can buffer a lot in this first area. And this is where a lot of teams kind of go wrong. They don't prioritize this area. They prioritize kind of jelly room and, or sorry, water room and later on. But in my opinion, this is where you can make the most time up, stealing their resources. They've only got 3 dashes, so it's extremely difficult to counter you because you've got 5. It's extremely difficult for them to push past you because they've only got 3. So that is my thought process behind here. Just slowly picking them off. I have SMGs, so I can kind of pre-fire mid-dash. That's the good thing because they're large ammo capacity. I can start shooting mid-dash like I did just there, because it's got 30 rounds in there, which is plenty. So yeah, still stealing their resources, and you can see just how much time I'm making up here. Bit of a risky place stood on that ledge, but I know majority of the people are respawning, so I'll be able to see them. If a few people were flanking me, I wouldn't hold that spot because my left and right are open. But from that vantage point, I can see everything. I know majority of them are coming out of that gate, so I have no worries of being flanked. So yeah, just keeping here. Made the probably should have prioritized the health, but I did get that pick. There's 2 people on cart. I should prioritize that, so that's what I'm going to do. Head over there. Someone going in the flank. I'm going to let my team deal with that. I'm not going to chase. Just keep stealing their resources. That's the name of the game for Abyss. Just steal their resources. Yeah, backed off. Playing sight lines, very good, good choice. That's a decent spot as well. Again, I know not many people are flanking behind me, so I knew that was safe. That was just an unlucky headshot. So respawning, I've only got 3 dashes. So, but look how much time, and they're still not even past the bend. The most difficult spot for red is when blue is on a straight, because obviously they have the advantage of shield, right? Water room, after the second corner coming out of spawn, is very tricky, because uphill, their shield is facing our spawn. So, really slowing them down as much as possible and utilising when they're sat on a corner, they're nice and wide open, really prioritising that. Playing a bit risky here, but again, I've read the lobby. I've read the lobby and I know what the skill level's like, so I can play those riskier moves. I can do more hit and runs. Probably didn't need to charge into there, but again, nab their dash, nab their second dash. Again, just running circles around them. Alright, I see someone flanking me. Not bad, not bad. That was a bit risky because there was someone behind me, but Again, just playing those sight lines. I know I've got teammates forwards. I should be in their spawn. That's one thing I should be doing here. I shouldn't be as passive, but I am technically still warming up, hence my thought process. But yeah, they're starting to grab dashes and starting to trickle through a little more. I should be in their spawn, ratting, causing a bit of paranoia, picking up their dashes, all of that. In terms of my actual mechanics, it's going alright. I remember in the moment my hands were quite cold, so my fire rate wasn't very stable or fast, and my I button shoot, my A button didn't feel very loose. But apart from that, my mechanics seem alright. My decision making, my positioning, using cover, dashing round corners to get peekers and not making myself super available. Nice. Yeah, hiding back there. Again, I know people are respawning. I should have gotten that kill. My mechanics were just being a bit shit. If I had to do that decision again. So yeah, I was shooting. Sorry about the blur. It is a live stream. So yeah, and they just fucking killed me. What I should have done is I had the dash. My teammates were rocketing them. I should just let them take care of it. Dash here, or at the very least dash up here. Let my teammates take care of it. And at this point I'll swap over because the teams are very imbalanced. So first port of call is to clear the house. Of course, that is the closest bit to spawn, and that's where rockets usually reside. Alleyways not as much of an issue right now because our team isn't flanking as much. They're playing a lot more passively with the flank, and you can easily access flank in that water room because that room's very, very open. Turning my back to spawn, not the best decision, but I wanted to protect cart because, again, I've read the lobby and the skill level's not super high. So I'm in here backing up my teammate. Again, watching those sidelines, trying to get as much cover as possible. I know they like their pickups, so I'm going to watch that, but I'm not going to over-disrupt is the key thing. Maybe once cart gets a bit more forward, that's when I should. Right, that was a dumb fucking move. I missed my shots. As soon as I see that many people coming by, I need to back off a little bit. I didn't have the dash. I'm not warmed up enough. I played far too aggressively there. So again, I know there's two people on cart, and I know there's two people forward, so I just need to get forward as quick as possible, and I do. Thankfully, my other teammates back them up a little bit, take that guy out, replace him on cart. Get taken out with a rocket, unfortunately. So I know I've got time. I'm going to wait on dash a little bit, only for about a second. Going to take that pick. Going to sit back just a little bit just to see where those people are. I'm going to use my teammate here as bait. I think that's a bot. That is not a bot. Use my teammate as bait. Let him fire his rockets. The best way to defeat rockets is let them shoot first because their reload time's long. So I get that pick. Do a bit of dash dancing to get around. I have teammates, so I know I can lay off the cart for a bit, let them take care of it, push forward. Just try and protect that cart. It would be a bit too risky to disrupt. And then we get checkpoint, which is perfect. So again, port of call, clear that area. And I only managed to get 3, unfortunately. I probably could have done that dash dancing a bit better, but spawn advantage. I'm not super paranoid about playing my life. So there's 2 on cart. I'm going to push forward immediately. They've picked up rockets, so that's good. That's going to take a while to respawn. And yeah, again, name of the game. I don't care what your level is in this game, how much experience you've got. You need to be taking their dashes. Because as anyone who has played this game knows, 3 dashes on this map is fucking miserable, right? So you need to have your priority as taking their resources, okay? Because it takes a long fucking time and a lot of patience for red at this point here to reach cart on only 3 dashes. Majority of them are going to take flank. So if you have a good flank hold in the beginning and a few watching main and 1 or 2 disrupting to take their dashes, you are going to be fucking golden because the quickest route is through flank. So either they take a high risk, go through flank and get killed, or they take the super long route down main. It's a lose-lose. You need to let them pick their poison in order to have the conditions in your favour. Should have dashed around a bit more there. But again, I've got that use of cover. I knew he was going to go for rockets. I read that, so I was happy just to pop up there. Again, stealing their dashes. I'm there with a teammate. My teammate's probably going to stay forward, so I'm happy just to back off and grab some health. At this point, he's got catwalk, so I'm going to take shock ledge over here. I don't know if that has a specific call out. I always just call it shock ledge because there's no other ledge with a shock pickup, so most of the time people just do their due diligence and realise what it is. I fucked up my dash, but I recovered. I was meant to dash up to the catwalk. Realised I didn't. 2 people there, so I thought, right, adapt to the situation. Dash up there. I think he was trying to surrender, but unfortunately I love war crimes, so... He unfortunately nabs the dash from me, but reading that, I take cover. Yeah, so I know I've killed them. I know they love going down that route. So I thought, you know what, bit of a high risk, use that spawn shield as cover. At this point, I just start fucking... I'm sorry about the quality. Again, it is a live stream. I have got it on HD, but... God, that's proper grainy. Sorry about this. Again, keep seeing their dashes. I just keep reiterating it. If you need to, take rockets, you know, on blues, take that. Those are the only rocket pickups they have. They've only got 3 heavy pickups. Rockets there, shocks there, and rockets behind. Even if you have to take those just to delay heavies for a while, if you're low on health, fucking go for it. Be a little goblin, steal their rockets, steal their dash if you're low. You're gonna die, you might as well fucking take them. And this is the thing with Abyss, you need to be useful with your life. That's either prolonging it or going on like a mini suicide run just to collect resources. Your life is so much more, has so much more weight to it than any other payload, because this is the quarry of payloads. It's so much longer, so much straighter. There's only one flank. Like, I cannot reiterate how much your life matters in this game, and in real life as well. You matter. You matter in real life. And then we finish that first segment with 74-8, which is kind of nasty, but it's not exactly a high-level lobby. This is the only one that was open. Just got back from work, that's why I'm a bit tired. Yes, I'm waiting on Dash. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Going to wait on my SMGs. I was surprised it didn't akimbo pick up there, to be honest. What I should have done there is gone to the tunnel, but there was no guarantee that would have been up. And I know I am speedy enough to get there in time, which I just about do. Again, taking their resources. A lot of people as well will, with muscle memory, and I'm guilty of this as well, will muscle memory just go to the dash, right? They don't think about it, they just use all of their dashes to get to the dash first thing, right? I'll do a bit of it. So they, muscle memory, they use all of their dashes just to get to the dash and they don't even realise. If you disrupt that flow pattern, that's going to throw them off, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing here. He takes that health. I think in that moment I didn't have the dash to run away, but what I should have done is that health was taken, I should have gone through that, because that is the most direct route possible. And I had a teammate in there. I just don't think I had the dash to deal with that. Probably shouldn't have done that considering cart's up. I probably should have prioritised cutting through house, since I knew some of my teammates were up. But yeah, I take care of that cart. This spot up here is a bit of a love-hate relationship with this. If someone's good enough, they can pop out of there and charge shot you. But at the same time, it's such a good vantage point. You can easily drop back, you can easily dash up here, you can easily do a little route through the pillars, round the side. I'd say do not take fights up here unless you know that you're going to win. I mainly just use it as, yeah, just camping the dash and a bit of a sidelines mainly. Again, I'm alright with chasing because I know I've literally just killed 3 of them, 5-second respawn, carts are dead. I am happy to be a little bastard and do a bit of chasing, but yeah. Yeah, a bit of dash dancing there. Probably could have done that a bit more effectively, but I have the dashes. Right, that was a really dumb fucking move. he took the dash. I don't know if I had dash at this point. But then I turned my back. What I should have done is just dashed. Literally just dash. Or sprint to the left. Never turn your back on spawn when you're that close. Because that's what fucking happens. See what I mean there? I was just a muscle memory about to go on to dash, but then I realised it's not there and I continue forward. If you can disrupt someone doing that, that will throw them off. So yeah, get here. Again, playing sightlines, I can see cart's dead thanks to the little HUD update, which is probably by far the most useful update. So I can just see that cart's dead. Again, I don't think I heard the guy coming through, so I just got jumped. But as soon as I took damage, I should have just dashed. No matter what. Although I say that, post-dashing is a thing in this game. So there's no guarantee. Yeah, slowly pushing forward. Rockets are bombing cart, but not doing the best job. At this point here, I think my thought process was, right, I don't mind waiting a little bit, because when they're in that little tunnel there, you're not really going to get them regardless. So let them push forward a bit. There we are. Take my little vantage point up there. Very unfortunate I dropped down to that rocket. I probably could have dashed out the way in time, but I didn't. Almost get hit by rockets again. Waiting for dash to recharge, and I'm going to start picking up some shocks. There we are, backing away. Just going to wait for that other pickup. At this point, I completely forget that there is another pickup near their spawn, near that ledge. So I probably could have gone to that, but yeah. I think at this point I stop going. Oh, that was a nice little backdash there. Look at that. At this point, I stop going into their spawn as much, which is a blunder. But again, I am in a pub. It's very easy just to turn your brain off in a pub. But in my opinion, pubs, you need to be actively thinking about your mechanics. Not so much team play. That doesn't matter as much in a pub. But scrims are for team play, and pubs are mainly for your mechanical. If you want to get better, then yeah, don't just mindlessly play pubs. You need to be doing what I'm doing here and acknowledging your individual skills, your positioning, your survivability, your accuracy, all that. Thought processes, like aim and speed and everything, that will come with practice. But you mainly need to be thinking about your individual decision making, not so much the team dynamics. That's what scrims are for. Yeah, happy just bombing that, because again, cart's dead. Even though I've got shocks, I should still probably be playing in their spawn. It's absolutely doable. Aggressive heavies. That's Shout's speciality. So it's 100% doable. I should be in their spawn causing havoc, but I'm not, which is a real mistake. Get some decent kills there. I didn't think that would kill me because the explosive splash damage in this game is very inconsistent. Again, I probably don't need to be rushing that much. Like, cart's completely dead, but again, I've got pistols. I should be going into their spawn, but I decided to take a more passive role. I think it's because I wanted to warm up my aim a little bit. Yeah, dashing around the corners. Get that guy. That guy. Ducking and weaving around the corners as well, because the whole player character's tracked with your head. So if you move your head, your whole body moves. Turning my back to spawn. Very lucky I didn't die there. I should have done. Now I'm playing more on their spawn. And now I've grabbed the shocks. That's going to go out the window. But with 10 seconds left, it doesn't matter. Get a nice little pre-fire there. There it is, red wins. So main takeaway for this point, my individual decision making was alright. I do think, and many people think, Abyss is one of my best maps in terms of that decision making. I just needed to get a bit warmer, and I needed to really 109 to 15, fucking hell. I just needed to think a little bit more carefully about flanks in their spawn, not turning my back and stuff. So yeah, that's my main takeaway there. Just think a little more. Even though it's a bit more calm, don't give them a chance. Always take their resources. And yeah, now onto Waterway. Standard rollout, just testing the waters, and as you can see, none of them went down the bottom, so I can very safely just grab that, cause some havoc, and red gets a point. So yeah, I do like that rollout. It's always, of my opinion, your first rollout should be for recon, and you are most likely going to die. So even though that was a very risky move, just going bottom rail, from that point I can look around and be like, right, like who's going where, which routes are safe. And look, in that point, someone did go bottom rail, right? Because I imagine someone saw me going down there, and they were thinking, right, I'm going to try and contest that. So I switched it up by going up over the top, which worked. And at this point, I swap over, I'm pretty sure. Or try to. My pause button is quite fucks on my controller. So fail my rollout, plan B, bottom dash, do a similar rollout, kill him, grab health, dash, push the button. Yeah, a lot of people use 2 dashes from up here to get to the button, but if you use sprints strategically and fall off, you can get it in 1. So yeah, and especially when you're in their spawn, every dash counts. Messed up my dashing a little bit there, and still I somehow failed that fucking gunfight. Yeah, that's really embarrassing. That was just me being bad. Failed to kill him, but that's fine. Brawling on B. Yeah, that dash just was not working. Yeah, going down the bottom there. Up onto the ledge. That usually catches a lot of people out. Oh, gun hovering on the button. So again, I keep chucking myself at their base. Bomb dash. Yeah, very standard. I'm trying to really get that ratty hold in their base. But they're making it difficult. I underestimated red team when I first swapped over, but they were really utilising the pickups. Akimbo has ruined this game, especially on Canyon. Right down there, so yeah. So that's 2 picks, so I know, right, okay, well, they got a counter, but, you know, always count your kills on domination, so then you know how many people are left. Saved you from opening the menu. That was an excellent button hold from my colleague there. So I imagine I'm going to do similar rollout here. And I instantly get fucking domed by a stray charge shot. So I know people are coming up to B. So I'm going to try to do a bit of brawling and mess up my gun hold. I need to remember just to hold my gun hold, even if I'm in a fight like that. Just try and keep your gun hold solid. So yeah, so my teammate luckily has a bit of intuition and pushes the button as I fight. Again, same thing, just keep taking their dashes. I like this spot quite a bit, sitting on Crown. That's quite good for obviously overlooking B, but also a bit of a hiding spot. Yeah, good routing. I don't know if I was out of dash or waiting because I knew they'd dash up, but that was fine. I probably should have waited around a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I'd dash. I probably should have waited around a little bit. I knew there were people around me. I should have just waited for some dashes to recharge. Again, playing no sight lines. Couldn't kill that guy, and I tried to turn around, but it's like, yeah, what's the point? Yeah, again, lots of weaving of my head. It doesn't need to be anything extreme, just enough to move your player character. Yeah, good in and out. Good with that. My accuracy wasn't the greatest, but I'm still kind of cold at this point. And my A button feels a bit stiff and sticky. Don't look too deep into that. Yeah, this point. Okay, yeah, so he steals my dash, so I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. That's a very risky move, but it played out because I knew the majority of them were dead. Very, very, very stupid move there. I should have at least gone up onto Crown or sat up here and just looked down the middle. Very dumb move, turning my back directly onto spawn. Yeah, so that used a bunch of numbers. Getting into base, no one could really contest with him. So I think past this point, I really tried to prioritise clearing out that user so that he doesn't have our base on block. Because apart from that, we're actually doing alright. I'm doing alright. I'm kind of being a bit of a carry here, but that's not the point. The point is having fun. Unfortunate shock from my teammate there. Grab dash. I don't play sub B enough. I need to. It's a really good spot, especially to let your dashes recharge, and then you can just have all that explosiveness coming out. So yeah, fucked up my dash there, and I dashed right in front of another person. I don't think I saw that other guy, but what I should have done is dashed up and then dashed again, so I have both of them in my view. Always make sure the enemy is in your view. Do not try and let them out of sight if they're going sideways or backwards or whatever. Oh, that was a fucking nice little free aim shot. Look at that. Ooh. Again, my positioning on that stair, I quite like this ramp because you can kind of see everything. Not many people are going to go directly up to this ramp, and if they do, I can just dash away. So that spot's quite nice, and it also means I have view of the dash. And I've got lots of places to dash as well. Nice. Still can't believe there's no sound. This is so jarring. No wonder no one watched this live stream. Yeah, fucked up my dash, but I was like, yeah, just get back up. Fucked up. I did fuck it up there again. So I was meant to dash up there, and it looks like I was, but then for some reason I dashed there. Where is it? Here. That's that's so shit. Whatever. Yeah, and I get killed. I didn't have enough reaction time there. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of the same rollout, but it is a safe one because it's so fast. I did kind of fuck that guy over, stealing his dash. Yeah, seems to be losing B a lot. Yeah, take my time on B. I have enough dashes then to blitz up this way. And where do I get killed from? Oh, from the side there. That's unfortunate. That was dumb. I should have just dashed. As soon as I see movement, if I have dash, just fucking dash. It doesn't matter. I should have just dashed. But I thought I was good, so, you know, tried to contest it. Yeah, absolutely no resources. So I tried to take out this guy. And I fail miserably. Oh, this bit's so embarrassing. Yeah. I don't know how the other teammate... I was just fed up at that point. I was so tired. Again, fucks that up. So what I should have done here is dash. Shit. Oh, I didn't even see that guy in the corner. Okay, I might have been fucked either way, actually. Because there's a guy there. As soon as I missed that button, I should have just been like, yeah, just dash. But instead I try and click the button. Which I managed to, in fairness, but... yeah. Kill that guy. Clear basement. I suck at brawling at B. There's so many dud dashes as well. Yeah, fuck up my dash there. Managed to get the counter. Clear my base. And then I start to push forward. 2 picks, good. And we've lost ours again somehow. Yeah, I've got the dashes. Use them to my disposal. Could I have been more efficient with it? Yes. But, you know, it's for my life. Yeah, see, I did the correct decision there. Ran out of ammo. Shit. No, I'm not just going to spam there until I reload. I'm going to get the fuck out of there. Good move. That is the best possible thing I could have done in that scenario. A lot of people start shooting, realise they're out of ammo, and forget you can reload and dash at the same time. And I know that's a weird thing to say, but you can. And I think I realised that halfway through this as well. Because a lot of the time I'll reload and be like, I won't dash for whatever reason. But you can dash and reload at the same time, which again, I know is a weird and obvious thing, but it's the same thing when you tell people to backdash, like, oh, shit, yeah, this is in VR, of course you can dash backwards. That sort of thing, you know? Yeah, and then we win that game. Okay, so key takeaways there. Rollout was repetitive, but it was working. I'm confident that if it stopped working, then I would have been absolutely fine. Could have probably prioritised brawling at B and then pushing forward, but you know that's not my style in Waterway. So, right, don't really care about deathmatch because that's just pure mechanics. I believe we have a San Jose Waterway here. Still can't believe there's no audio. That's so embarrassing. Here I am. So San Jose, much higher ping. I believe the previous lobby was Amsterdam or London. So this one I'm a little bit more warmed up. And I have a bit more confidence in my team as well, so that helps. Again, that person who dashed past me, I probably should have dashed, because for all I know they could have been looking at me. They weren't, but they could have been. My thought process was, of course, oh shit, you know, it's a countdown, they're going to prioritise the button, but I should have at least dashed up there, at least. I think my teammate gets an insane button hold here. Yeah. Mad. Yeah, as soon as someone entered my line of sight, I should have dashed away. Quick my rollout, get that pick so I'm able to go up here, get that button. Simples. Yeah, so I did, again, the correct thing there. Entered my sight line. He hasn't seen me, but look, there's 3 people here, right? He's definitely seen me. Maybe. So do the correct thing up here. A dash. Risky move, but I knew I'd get that pick. Yeah. By the time I saw what was happening, I should have dashed. If you have time to turn around, you should have just dashed. But it's tricky to get that because your first instinct is to see the danger before you dash away. But no, you've got to just trust that you won't get post dashed. That I probably would have gotten that kill if that guy and blocks a few bullets, but yeah, dash up there to avoid that guy. Grab health. Again, it's very risky dropping down into their spawn, but it works out most of the time. And then we win. And after that, it's boring capture the flag, which we won't go over because capture the flag is shit. So, yeah, key takeaways. I need to be more mindful of of sight lines when I position. I need to really, really remember about the whole reloading and dashing thing because that is a massive help. That's definitely one of the things I get stuck on the most. And I need to, what's the other bit? Sight lines, reload, and dash away as soon as someone enters field of view or as soon as I start taking damage. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this different video. I hope it kind of gave a bit more insight, and to like the very few people who watched this live stream, I'm sorry there was no sound. I thought for sure there was sound, so really sorry about that. See you guys later.